Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good time out there in the world. Whatever your little corner of it is. I sit with a full mind and a heavy heart today. I don't know. I feel a little slower than usual probably, which is good. You know, it's Sunday and it's snowing. And I'm looking at the water. And I'm thinking about, you know, the usual, like, what does it mean to be made in the image of God? Isn't that what everybody thinks about? So, I don't really know what it means to be made in the image of God because I don't know what the image of God is necessarily. But I have this theory that what ends up happening in the power and control cycles, or the abuse cycles, or whatever you want to, the exploitation cycle, the cycle of exploitation is also about power and control. And I think that what ends up happening is people get confused that they're made in the image of God with they're in competition with God. Maybe that's what it comes down to, is like we get the wires crossed, not we as in like all people, but some people really get, and actually, yeah, I mean, each one of us goes through a bout of exploitation, personal exploitation. Even just by sitting in this car with a gas running, like I'm exploiting, you know, I'm using resources. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I just keep reiterating that, like as if it's ever gonna be different. As if I could ever be misperceived as perfect. Whoops, like no one would ever do that, I don't think. Not at this point. But, you know, we're talking about really sinister power brokers, right? Like, I don't know, the kind of people that are perpetuating genocide, the people that are getting away with murder, you know, the kind of people that are spies and just snakes, the snakes in the grass. They get really super stuck on a hamster wheel of a power and control cycle, and they just like I think they get it twisted that they're in competition with God. I really do, for sure. I mean, what would it be like? I don't know. I've never met any of these people. Like, I don't know them like at all, but what would it be like to be like a member of the Rothschild family? You know, like somebody who's like in charge in that gangster club, whatever, like the mob, the godfather that sits at the top of the heap. Like, what's it like to be that guy, whoever that is? I don't even know who that would be. But like, I'm sure in their twisted brain they think, you know, they're just like doing all of these like maneuvers to try and like defeat God. And it's like, what a dumb game. I don't even know. I would just be like, if I was in that sort of a situation at all and had power like that, it's like, I would really super rather not. No thanks. I'm good. Another interesting thought for today is I learned, I think it's Hebrew, the Hebrew word, the Satan, must be Hebrew. It's gotta be, I think. The Satan translates as the accuser. And I don't think I ever knew that. I don't think that's a very widely known fact. I mean, I don't know. I was listening to somebody who was a Hebrew scholar talk about this at one point, so I guess that's enough fact checking, but like, just think about that. The accuser. It's not like a ghouly alien. He's not like a woo, like, or he, it, they, the energy of, like, I guess the Bible doesn't really explicitly state that the Satan is a man per se. Like, there is an Antichrist, but there's also like a whole, like, the Antichrist is a whole mechanism. It's an entire system. So the accuser would be I don't know, what is the accuser in your life? Like, anytime somebody acknowledges that they don't like you, that they're against you, the accusation in and of itself is satanic. Like, the notion of going out and accusing someone of something is in and of itself, it's got to be kind of like satanic, you know? I don't know. Like, and with that being said, I'm sorry for doing it. You know, I'm sorry for ever accusing someone of doing something or thinking a certain type of way, and whether they did or didn't. You know, sometimes you're really spot on about people and you're like, dude, pretty sure that's like your intention, and like, turns out you're right. But like, a lot of times you're super not. You know, I'm sorry for ever thinking that people in my life are a certain type of way because of just any of my own interpretations. And you should be sorry too. Like, we should all just do that. We should sit here and be like, I'm sorry, I missed the mark. And it's just so much easier when you live that way. It's so much easier. It's so much more, and it's just really super hard to do it all the time. It's a lot easier to do it in like hindsight or whatever, like after the fact, you know, where you're like, blah, attack mode, I'm like so angry at someone, you know, and then you're just like lash out. And I really just, you know, I don't know who killed Sam Woll. I wasn't there. I don't know, but I know that one person was accused of doing it, and all of the facts and the evidence point to the fact that that person did not. Why do I care? Who cares why I care? We don't need to rehash that, because it's not about me. It's just that we have to figure out how to reconcile our fracturing, our satanic behavior, all of the satanic behavior, not just the one where you accuse someone. You know, it's like there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it does. Maybe it just boils down to, like, at least this point boils down to, everybody put your guns down. Your metaphorical guns, your literal guns. Just put them all down for a minute. Just put the guns down. Take a deep breath and look at the water. I'm so fortunate that I am a Lake Michigan lady. It soothes the soul. It's a dearly held privilege. I would take this moment where I'm at right now. I would trade it with anybody. If I was a person who's sitting in power, if I was a Rothschild member, if I was a member of the family, the clan, the club, if I was a member of the Illuminati, I would give that position up in a heartbeat so that I could just sit here in this car and do what I'm doing right now. And I'm kind of, I mean, I'm not totally miserable, but like, I'm not in like a great place in my life. It's not like I'm winning, you know, I'm not like out here friggin' crushing every area of my life, but like, I have the water, and I have a stupid hat, and I don't know, like, I've got people that love me. I definitely have people that hate me, I'm sure, but like, whoa, certain people, some people really do. They love the tricky bits. They love the like super smooth sailing Lydia versions. Like, they love it all. There's certain ones they don't like as much as the other ones. Like, but I got a lot to my personality, and you know what? That's all you need. You just need things that you love and people that love you. You know, things and people that you love, and then you need people that love you back. And if you're really super fortunate, you have pretty things to look at. So if you're locked in a cage, like, get out of the cage and come see the water. Come go to the forest. It's hard, especially when you're like super in your own cage, the mental cage that like we get stuck in sometimes. It's like, I don't want to go to a forest. Why would I want to go to a forest? There are bugs in the forest. But yeah, you got to try it out sometime. It'll just like melt away all of the accusations, the ones that are running rampant in and around you. The Satan just kind of melts away. There are so many people accusing each other of so many things these days, you know? I'm sure I'll be accused of something at some point for talking shit to the internet. It's so weird out there right now. It's so weird that we're in another cycle that's like looking a lot like World War something, you know, World War Ultimate. It's like, it's not like World War III. We can't even call it World War III because it's like, it doesn't even deserve a number. It's just the end of it all. Like, it's not the war to end all wars. It is like the end of the species, you know? So, what do we want? I know what I want. I want restorative justice. I want the kind of correctional, I want like a very large percentage of Congress to go to a correctional facility where they get corrected of their poor behavior. It's like, I don't want them eating maggots in their meal times. That's not what I'm asking for. My God. Like, I want them to go into a room and read books. Like, the kind of books where it's like, hey, I can't take any other, like, sad story. My heart is breaking too much. And they're just crying because it's like, I'm sorry. You know, I want them to be like, okay, have you ever heard of epigenetics? I'm sure you have at this point, unless, no, you haven't. Well, epigenetics is basically just the study of the genome being in reflection of its environment. So like your genes turn on and off based on your environment. The hardware of your genetics doesn't change, but the software changes based on your environment. So if we want to upgrade the software, upgrade the environment. Take all of these psychopaths and put them in a room and like reorient them to kindness and love and generosity and like empathy, you know? You guys want to like, you want to perpetuate a genocide of any kind. You want to put us at risk of World War III, of the annihilation of our species. If this is really what you guys want, if this is really what we're at, like where we're at, well, like you better, you better think a little bit harder first. You know, just take a pause. Just give yourself a timeout. I mean, or you could do what I did last year. Oh, you could try witchcraft. See where that lands you. It's hilarious. So yeah, I mean, I fully did. I didn't dabble. I don't dabble. I don't know how to dabble, but I figure since we're out here confessing our sins, I might as well just let y'all know that, like, if there was some sort of a trick out there, a trick to like getting your life to like manifest in the way you want it to, i.e. like competing with God. I did it. I competed with God. I was like, I'm gonna get out here and I'm just gonna like tarot, I'm gonna yoga, I'm gonna astrology, I'm gonna witchcraft, I'm gonna like use crystals, I'm gonna do everything I can, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some magic mushrooms and marijuana all over this situation and like hope for the best. And these are just facts. I'm not accusing myself. I'm admitting, I am confessing my sins. But yeah, I mean, I didn't land in a good spot. I didn't. I wasn't contained in a good way. The environment that I created through my choices and actions was hell. And I was contained within hell. And I got what I deserved. Do I deserve a criminal record because I lost my mind and built myself a cage of hell? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, not from this vantage point, but whatever. You get what you get. Takes what it takes. Takes as long as it takes. Whatever it takes, you know? It's like, get the job done. I don't care. Just get me out of hell. You know? I needed to get out of hell. I didn't know how I got in there, now I do. But yeah, I mean, you can go at it that way. There's so many different ways to like figure out how to get back in line with what God wants and what God has been designing for us. So, I don't know, there's kind of like two ideological camps you can park yourself in. One is like, I think we're doomed, where we're heading into the annihilation of our species. Oh my goodness, yes, and that's all like real, it's true. You know, these are the things you need to pay attention to in order to, I don't know, be able to articulate some perspective It's important to have perspective. It is. Especially if you feel like you want to be a leader of any kind. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think I can handle a lot of responsibility. Sometimes I think I can handle none. Anyways, if you are the kind of person who wants perspective and leadership, then you need to think about where we're at. And you don't need to do that so that you become depressed. You just need to do that so you can recognize, okay, there is a real problem. There's a real threat. There's a problem that we're all facing, you know? And we need to determine if we want to solve our problems. And I would like them to be solved. Like, we have so many problems. Take World War III off the table. Like, let's pretend like everybody's like, yeah, no more big red buttons. We're all good. Everybody's just eliminating the nuclear threat one step at a time, like walking it back. How beautiful would that be? It'd be great until we stop and realize, like, okay, now that we eliminated that huge, catastrophic, existential problem, we've got now all of the mess that we have to clean up. We have to clean up all this mess that we've been building for centuries. And how do we do it? Well, we need to redesign our environment, and we need to do it using the principles that God has given us. We have an instruction manual. Let's use it. Doesn't have to be about religion. Let's just figure out what the Bible says. It's a book. It's a historical document. I'm not afraid. You know, it's not about being afraid of anything except for God. Very much so need to be afraid of God. Because God is the big red button. He's not like a collection of big red buttons from different countries with all these like mistakes and sins and all these stupid perspectives. No, he has the ultimate big red button. So let's just take a beat and sit down and stop fighting with each other for a minute, and then figure out, okay, what are the problems? Every single country, established nation, should probably take a beat and follow the dream that Americans have right now, which is not manifested, but the dream right now is that we put our country first. Not only, it's not like America only, it's like America first, just here first for now. We have a mass incarceration problem, okay? We have a correctional problem. We need to correct our incorrect behavior in mass. Not because there are a bunch of criminals in our country per se, which yes, there are, but the reason that we have so many criminals is because we have we've incorrectly designed our society. It's like super not complicated. We indoctrinated our society to reflect, honestly, what was it? I think it's based on the Third Reich. Like the design of the American education system is the same design under the Third Reich, I'm pretty sure. And I just learned this, and it is not a fact. So I have to obviously recommend that I search for whatever. Somebody just informed me of this, and I need to go searching for it. But regardless, I have an education degree. The degree that I studied is not at all a reflection of what ended up happening inside of the public school system. I promise you that. As soon as I got into the public school system, after I exited my private education, I was like, oh my God, this is disgusting. The behavior within the American education model is it's abhorrent. It's horrible. We are building children who are really good at being institutionalized. And now all our kids are they're broken because they have ADHD. My poor child, he's ADHD. Like, and so your kid has to get medicated because your child's broken. Bullshit. Your child is not broken. Your child is just a human being who is not designed for the environment that he or she is in. Your child was perfectly designed for a harmonious, balanced environment. For the garden. Your child was designed for the garden. That great miracle that we were brought into originally. And we have to figure out how to get back there. We really do. There's so many things to talk about. I understand why the person who killed Sam Woll wouldn't want to stand corrected. I'm sure that it doesn't sound appealing for them to be in a cage for the rest of their life. I get it. I totally get it. I've been in one of those cages just for like a day or two or something like that. I don't even know. I wasn't like coherent enough to figure out what time meant. Like, it was real fast and real slow at that point in my life. But it's not a comfortable place, that's for sure. It is the dwelling place of the Satan. Absolutely. When you are in that cage, you are held in bondage by the Satan, the accuser, the great accuser. Well, I guess we all determined that what the Antichrist system is. It's like holding people in bondage and accusing them of things. Problem solved. Focus in on correctional facility restoration, redesign, and then take it into the educational system where the kids are in jail too. You know, we're all in prison around here. We're all in prison around here. We really are. So let's get out together, arm in arm, and everybody just put your guns down. And in the process, acknowledge that the only way you can is through courage. Surrender is the most courageous thing a person can do. I surrender. Hands up. White flag. White hat. I have literally nothing else to say about myself other than just like, I'm just a human. Might not be normal, but I am a human. I'm just a person, just like you. We have to figure out what that means again. I'm a human who's made in the image of God. I was designed for the garden. And I want to get back. Okay.